Hello everybody, my name's Nita Upadhyay and I work for the Sparkbrook Hub of Ageing Better here in Birmingham. Sparkbrook's located in the inner city area of southeast Birmingham, and it's a very interesting area. Even though it's very socially and economically deprived, it's an area rich in culture and diversity, with over 97% of people coming from an ethnic minority. We've set up over 7 men's groups in the area. These have included things like men's walking football, ping pong, a healthy eating group, and even a Bhangra dance group. I spoke to the lead of one of the men's groups that we set up, Gulfam. Here's a photo of him. He's a very warm and welcoming man, who always has a smile on his face. And he told me that he didn't assume anything. He spoke to the men that he met at places like mosques and in the community to find out what they would be interested in doing. Um, Word of mouth is something very commonly used in Sparkbrook to attract people. And as I said, he spoke to them, and a lot of the men were either bereaved or living on their own. And they told him that they wanted to learn more about how to cook healthy and nutritious meals on a budget because they just didn't have a lot of money and also didn't necessarily understand what healthy was because they had lower education levels, and also traditionally their wives would have done the cooking. So Gulfan was successful in applying to Ageing Better for funding, and then he got a sessional worker involved to teach the men how to cook healthy meals, and they cook things like vegetable biryanis and vegetable kebabs and chicken and healthy salads. They cooked together and then they shared the food together, which they really enjoyed. Wolfram told me he didn't put pressure on the men to attend. At first, he let them come along to see if they liked it, and he also kept in touch with men outside of the sessions. He also provided things like newspapers and playing cards. So if men didn't necessarily want to chat while they're having food, then they could have their food and then read a newspaper. So again, he didn't put pressure on the men that came, which I think probably helped the men to keep coming. So here I have some photos of other groups that we've set up. One is Bhangra Light, and this is a group that focused on dance and Bollywood music. And it just goes to show you can't assume that men are going to be interested in certain things. Not all men are going to be interested in men's sheds and DIY, just as all men are not going to be interested in dancing. And here are some other photos of a men's group, a men's walking football group. We can see a couple of men with their walking sticks kicking the ball. Again, we can't actually assume that people that aren't mobile aren't going to want to get involved. Some men did want to sit out and watch, and some actually wanted to play along and hit the ball with their sticks. And they really did enjoy it because they told me that it took them back to their childhood days when they used to play football with their friends. So again, you can't assume people are not going to want to be involved for certain reasons. So to summarise, here are the tips shared from men's groups in Sparkbrook on what can work. Speak to the men in the area to find out what would interest them. Never assume all are the same. Tailor make the activity to the community. So like with Gulfam, they cooked healthy South Asian foods because this is what they liked, and that's fine. Be friendly and welcoming. So like with Gulfam, he was very warm and welcoming, and I'm sure that helped people to keep coming along. Create a relaxed environment with no pressure. Like Gulfam, he made it a drop-in session to begin with, and that seemed to help. Provide refreshments and food if possible. This is always a big pull to events, so if you can afford it, then do it. Provide newspapers and let the men sit out if they don't feel like socialising or chatting. And not everybody wants to sit and talk. So let there be no pressure and let people read if that's what they'd like to do. Also, use your existing skills and knowledge of the area and community venues. Golf Farm chose a venue that was very central, that men would know about, and also had disabled access. So that was also very important. So that's the tips from Sparkbrook Hub here in Birmingham. I hope you enjoyed the rest of Men's Day.